So following up from my Space Marine 2 review, which I gave it a very glowing review, it does have some parts here and there that need patching, like frame rate, stability, that kind of thing. But one thing I wanted to make a video specifically on is the difficulties of the Operations mode. Now, the Operations mode is the PvE game mode within Space Marine 2. You and two friends, or two randoms, take on 6 different levels, roughly around about half hour each in length, longer on the harder difficulties, of course, and overcome the obstacles, complete the objectives, and finish the mission. Now, there's just one caveat to this. The lowest difficulty is called Minimal. And it's not too bad. It's pretty straightforward and standard. If you're a competent player, you'll be able to get through it. No problems whatsoever. Now, that bags you 630 XP. The armory data, there's green, purple, and yellow. Of course, green is for the masteries for a couple of skins, then you want purple for a few more, and then you want the gold, which of course purple and gold are only obtained by the higher difficulties, but we'll get there. Now, you can also just have a ton of fun on these lower difficulties anyway, and that's what's mostly important, is having fun. Then you bump it up to average difficulty. Now, average difficulty is recommended for level 5, and with this one, you get 945 XP, and there's also the armory data for the mastercrafted stuff that you can get as well, which is pretty cool. And obviously you have to make sure you don't die too much, because you'll die a couple of times on the minimal difficulty, then you'll get a mortal wound, and then when you die, then you have to wait for 60 seconds to be able to respawn. Here, you can only die twice in average, and then that's it, you'll get a mortal wound. And with average, in places, it's pretty gnarly. Like, I was online with my brother, and even he was saying, Jesus, what, this is average? It can get pretty gnarly and intense, and you can just get swarmed with stuff. Now, fighting the Tyranids isn't so bad, but fighting the Thousand Suns, they can be absolute assholes. I mean, they can be pretty difficult to overcome. Now, this is where I am currently floating in, and that is the difficulty substantial. And substantial is an understatement. This one's recommended for level 10, but I believe I'm about level 13 now. And here, you can only die twice. So if you go down once, that then inflicts the mortal wound, so you can be revived, but then when you die again, that's it, you're gone, until obviously the 60-second timer comes up. Now, here you get the purple armory data for the more awesome looking skin for your weapon and stuff, but you get 1260 XP, which is really, really cool. And you get 95 armory data, and this is like a little currency thing that you use to buy things anyway within said game. No microtransactions, as we all know, but that's pretty cool. Now, the next difficulty I haven't even tried, and that's Ruthless. Now, apparently, because I'm like level 13, I'm near the recommended level for Ruthless. Yeah, like hell. The win rate on Substantial is very, very low. Me and a lot of other randoms and my brother and friends, we are getting our shit kicked in. This, I don't know if it's just us. I mean, I've put in over 30 hours into the game now. I'd say I'm pretty competent for the most part. But it just gets to the end of the levels, and so many times you get right to that last hurdle where you got to press a button or something, and you just get swarmed and annihilated, and then you fail the mission. Now, luckily, as long as you munch through as much of the level as you can, you will receive a good chunk of XP. You will not go home completely empty-handed, thankfully. But the Ruthless difficulty, I dread to think what the hell happens there. I dread, it's terrifying to even think about it. But that one grabs you obviously the armory data, which is called Relic, which is for the really awesome looking weapons once you obviously unlock them. And then you get nearly 2000 XP. You get 1890 and 165 armory data. That, you get a good chunk of stuff. I haven't attempted it yet, and there is an achievement or trophy for completing one of the operations on Ruthless difficulty. But apparently, there is another difficulty in the pipeline. What's that one called? Fuck you difficulty? I mean, what's next? It just, even on average and substantial, the game can be pretty gnarly, especially for new players. Now, unfortunately, the curse of the randoms is in every single game, and you do get some people that are absolute troglodytes at this game, which I'm not judging. You play however you want to play, but like, good God in heaven. Now, with Season 2, which is coming out, I'm going to guess, in a couple of months' time, around November, December time, we're getting new PvE missions. It's missions, so it's plural, which is really cool. And the difficulty is called Lethal, apparently. I'm just checking out the Year 1 battle plan. I'll put it on the screen now so you can see. So there's Lethal difficulty, and then we get a new enemy, which is cool. I don't know if that's a new enemy variant from what we already have, or if that's a completely new, sort of like maybe the orcs or something. I hope it's along those lines. I hope it's not just a new boss. I'd like to see them put in the orcs that we had in the first game. That would be pretty cool to get the greenskins. I hope they don't put the Tau in and you just get swarmed with Kroot and then have to deal with the Pathfinders. I mean, I'm a mate, like, this is going to depress a lot of people that are into Warhammer, but I have a large Tau army that is fully assembled, I'll have you know, and 90% painted. I'm going to start doing Warhammer, real life Warhammer content next year when I've painted a lot more of my backlog, so stay tuned for that one. But Season 2 is looking pretty cool, and then in Season 3, it says new PvE mission, new PvP game mode, and new arenas and stuff. It does suck that we have to wait for Season 3 to get more PvP arenas. I think there's only 3 or 4 maps in the PvP. Now, PvP is great, and I really do enjoy it, but it just sucks that we've got to wait that long to get some more maps for it. However, Operations mode is nothing to be sniffed at. This is difficult. It's probably better for the harder difficulties that you go in with friends. On that note, if anybody wants to play online with myself on here, please let me know in the comments down below and I'll give you a link to my Discord and we'll get some stuff going, because it's just really gnarly playing with the randoms. But let me know in the comments down below. Is it just me, or are you guys really finding the even average and substantial difficulties to be absolutely insane with the sheer amount of enemies that get launched towards you, especially towards the end of the level? And have you tried out the Ruthless difficulty yet? And if you haven't completed it, then my hat's off to you, sir. But as always, thank you very much for watching. Generator 1. What's that? Oh, it's over here.
Yes, yes, that would have been
Get out of it! No! No!
Too much damage. Oh, you just got it.